Hey guys, welcome back. Marty Golden out of Fly Creek Kennels. Today, I wanted to touch on the importance of decoys in your training. And so for me, personally, I like to use my duck decoys when I'm training my waterfowl scenarios, and I use my goose decoys when I'm practicing my goose hunting scenarios. And so you can see here, I've got 8 decoys, these duck decoys that I like to use when I'm training the dogs in the water. And I got a combination of drakes and hens, and they're old decoys. They're just beat up decoys that I've collected over the years, and I've just designated them to my dog training business. Now, in your case, you guys might not have a bunch of decoys running around. You might have, just a few dozen that you use for hunting, and you can use those. But I always recommend people try to find some beat up decoys or older decoys that they really don't care about to use when they're dog training, because for me, throwing these in and out of my truck and I'm getting them banged up, and dogs might be grabbing a hold of them, or young dogs might be grabbing a hold of the beaks and chewing on them. And I don't want to be stressing about my good decoys and getting those all messed up. So, and you don't need a lot. Honestly, this is what I use for my waterfowl scenarios. Sometimes just before the hunting season, I might throw another 8 to 12 decoys in this spread just to make it look more realistic. But overall, I want the dogs to learn to ignore the decoys when they're retrieving, and get comfortable with them. For some reason, if they get hung up in the anchor line, that they don't become spooked of the decoy, and that we can figure out how to help them during training rather than during the hunting season. I'll also mention this. I think it's really important that you guys train with decoys a lot more maybe you think you should. And psychologically, it's important because if we're only using decoys when we hunt, our gun dogs and our hunting dogs are going to learn real quickly these cues, these markers are the things that mean we're in the real deal. This is the big day. And so if you can incorporate decoys into your normal training scenarios, it's going to take some of the excitement out when you go to spread your decoys out when you're hunting, and just make it look more normal. If you can train like you play and play like you train, your dogs are going to be a lot more effective out in the field, and in my opinion, a lot calmer. So back here you can kind of see I've got some shells with some flocked heads on them, and again, older decoys that I've collected over the years, some full bodies right here that I can use. And then over here, I've got the silhouettes. Okay, and these are becoming real popular over the last couple of years, but they're really nice for dog training too, because honestly, from a dog's perspective, these look just as good as those do. And we're trying to, again, get the dogs used to running through them, maybe hitting into them, ignoring them, and just overall becoming, again, a normal scenario when they're running and retrieving. So I love silhouettes because silhouettes are obviously lighter to transport. They're easier to stack and store in my truck or my trailer. And these, as you can see, thanks to some of my highly effective shooting friends, have holes in them already. So the dogs aren't going to care. I'm not going to care. But they're going to do the job at creating a real life scenario when we're out training. So hopefully some of these tips will help. In the meantime, don't forget, subscribe. Our numbers are going up, which I'm really enjoying, and I appreciate you guys subscribing and becoming part of it. It motivates me to get out here and do these things. And go get your dog and go get some silhouettes and some decoys and incorporate them in your training. Until next time.